Oh, I have heard that King Charles is kicking out, or has already kicked out, Harry and Meghan from Frogmore Cottage. When I saw the news, I believe it was the New York Post first that I saw the news drop at, then I saw Daily Mail, then I saw a whole bunch of other stories drop after that. My response, one word, and one word is hilarious. They're claiming that they're trying to give the house to Prince Andrew, which I think is interesting because, Andrew has had his own baggage as well. So I'm not really sure if that's kind of just a buzzword, but I think that the story within itself of Charles, kicking them out is a headline enough. In more detail, they were saying that right like a day after, like exactly a day after, of course, Harry dropped The Spare, which was that bombshell book that everyone's still talking about, and actually I saw did quite well. I would never buy the book. I told you all that, nor read it. I just got excerpts and stuff like that. I just got the details of the gist of what he was saying, but I don't really care to read it. I would never care to buy it. But a lot of people did. A lot of people supported him, whether it was against the monarch or because they like Meghan and Harry, or they just like Harry. I don't know. I think people's reason, especially in this economy, in this day and age, for taking their hard-earned money out of their pocket to buy Prince Harry's book, or Harry, as he likes to call himself, just Harry's book, is quite something. And so good for those who, I guess, had a good time reading it and putting their hard-earned money to it. I would never. But for those who are able to buy it, and I guess they want to have it as part of their collection, they feel proud of purchasing the book, more power to you. I don't know. But apparently after the book came out, maybe there's a delay of information. Maybe there's a small drip, but apparently King Charles has made that decision, and a lot of the details I saw was that he made the decision after he dropped the book. So yeah, I think I'm back, you all. I think I'm back now. Interesting how a lot of these articles I was reading into was saying that to mean that Harry and Meghan, what's so obvious to all of us but not obvious to Harry is that the situation with him and Meghan is not going to last. You see what I'm saying? I mean, even astrologers, and it's no tea, no shade. The mega Harry and Meghan fans always think that people are just hating and being nasty and being mean, but that's not really the situation. You see what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people just don't believe that the marriage is going to last. And, to astrologers, to readers, to psychics, I mean, like, everybody else can see that this is not going to last. And so, yeah, I would not really couple it so-called with Meghan and Harry. I would more so couple it with the fact that it's more important, I think, to Harry than it is to Meghan, because Meghan is American, right? And we don't know for sure if, Harry, I think he did get his papers. I believe, I'm sure he had to. In terms of his citizenship in America, I'm not aware of that. I mean, maybe he got one already, but I don't think that he got one. But if he did, good for him. I mean, he is spending a good amount of time in America. So if he was able to get that from marrying Meghan or from moving to California with Meghan, then good for him. But the reality remains that Meghan is the one who is American, right? It's Meghan who has the American connections. So in my mind, So in my mind, when all this goes down, I think to myself, well, Meghan is the one who is familiar with California, right? She's familiar with the way Hollywood works and all that. So especially now with the connections that she has. So I feel like that's more of a bigger deal for Harry than it is for Meghan, because Meghan, who said that Meghan ever liked a tiny house or a cottage? You see what I'm saying? Like, Meghan is not the cottage kind of girl. You know, she likes the glitz and the glamour and the big mansion on the hill. That's Meghan all day, every day, baby. I mean, Meghan Markle, real name Rachel, she's a Leo. So when I heard the news, my mind went to Harry. It did not go to Harry and Meghan. It went definitely to Harry, because, you know, maybe Harry, regardless of being married or not, I think that the idea of him having at least something solid to go back to is pretty impactful. But then again, you know, seeing how angry and bitter he's been about, you know, Camilla changing certain rooms into a closet and, you know, taking down his pictures and all this stuff, maybe he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all, these people are still family. You know, no matter how much beef they have, they are all still family. They are all still very rich, at least for now. They still have all their titles. That's not changed. So, you know, until King Charles, and yeah, saying King Charles is still out to adjust to. Sometimes I find myself wanting to put Prince Charles, but it's King Charles. I think until King Charles, you know, was to take a drastic step, like, you know, no titles for them, no titles for the kids, that's when I'll take it seriously. But rumors or confirmed rumors out a cottage, when Meghan has changed Harry's perception of life, guys. Like, as soon as he married her, you know, they went overseas. I think that Harry, I mean, I'm only guessing, but I would think that Harry's perspective on what is livable and what is Richie has changed. You know, maybe, I mean, Harry's probably got used to the mansion over cottage. So at the end of the day, do I think it really matters? I don't. I think that as long as they have their mansion, they can afford their mansion. You know, he had a lot of book sales. How long will the money last? I don't know. What are they spending their money? I mean, Harry even had how he lost his virginity in the book. Like, I would never want to have that kind of book in my house. But then again, I think that because they are royals or ex-senior royals, I think it's more of like the hype. You see what I'm saying? I you know, I would of where people bought that book from, because I bet a lot of the book sales would say North America, right? Like, maybe a lot of the book sales would say like Australia or North America or something like, or especially California. You know, maybe that's what it is. But they want to read the book. So the only way to read the book in its entirety is to buy it. So, you know, affected either way. You know what I'm saying? Only person affected by it. And, you know, he wanted to put his whole life on Front Street and off of it. And I say, good job. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna like on your side, at least get paid for it. Like, if you're gonna embarrass yourself, at least get crap. And your whole family on Front Street, at least get paid for it if that's how you want to be. And that's how he is. People think that Meghan influenced him and was like his little pen pal cheerleader in the background. Doesn't, you know, whenever I start talking about them for too long, I go back to how I always feel like bigger person in the world. You see what I'm saying? Like, we got $7 eggs out here. You see what I'm saying? Like, so Harry has just profited off of that model, and I'm not mad at it. You know, I didn't put no coin in his picture. I'm not mad at it. So, coronation, I don't think they should go to the coronation. Because at this point, it's just a hot mess. But that's my 2 cents on it. Bye.